Do I have COVID right now? Yes, I absolutely do. But can I still taste and smell? Absolutely. Actually, oh no. Hey friends and fam, my name's Kara. If you didn't know, you probably do because a lot of my family watches this. Today I'm going to be doing the Booktube newbie tag, which is basically me introducing myself to the book YouTube community, explaining why I want to be here and what this channel is for and what my goals are. Yeah, my name is Kara. I am from Minnesota. I love to read, and welcome to my YouTube channel. All right, so the first question for this tag is, why did you start this channel? So this is kind of a long story. I originally started a YouTube channel back when I was in high school. I made beauty videos, I made comedy videos, I just did whatever I felt like it. I made music video, dance tutorials, whatever. You know, the typical things millennial high schoolers did. I have always loved YouTube. Like, it's been like my form of entertainment, I guess, for most of my adult life. And I wanted to be a part of the community. So that's how I originally started. So I had started doing it pretty consistently. I had like grown like a smaller subscriber base. I had started doing videos in college and whatnot. I was a biology major in school. And so I had, you know, a bunch of different science classes, and school took over my life. And that became the priority for me. I had stopped doing YouTube, which unfortunately, I view that as a missed opportunity, but my career has gone very well so far, so I'm happy about that. Fast forward till now, I kind of restarted my channel last year. I did a few videos right around this time last year, but I didn't keep up with it. I don't know, I think my anxiety got in the way. You know what, we're working through it. I'm ready to commit, and I have a plan to actually keep this going now. So I'm hoping that it actually works out. So I also restarted this channel too because I do want a hobby outside of work. I am lucky to have a pretty, not flexible, but a routine work schedule where I work 40 hours a week. And I want something to do outside of that. I obviously read a ton. That is my main hobby right now. And I want an avenue to be able to share all of my love of reading with people. So I feel like, you know, I've been posting on Goodreads and stuff, but I just feel like that's not enough. I want to be able to like build a community and also like connect with people about the books that I'm reading. So I definitely think that's why I restarted this. All right, second question is, what are some fun and unique things that you can bring to the BookTube community? I do think I have a very outgoing personality. At least I remember when I was making videos back then, I really enjoyed it. Like, I genuinely enjoyed, you know, being on camera and like, I don't know, just like having a fun little vibe. So I do think that I'll be able to bring, you know, my personality to the table and hopefully get to connect with people. I also really love plants. As you can see, I have a little plantaroonie here and up there and all around there and over there. So maybe I'll get some plant content. Who knows? I'm not the best plant caretaker, but I do know a thing or two. Number 3 is, what are you most excited for about this channel? I definitely think I am most excited to connect with people. That is like the reason that I started this, is because I just want to connect with the BookTube community and just like the bookish community in general. I want to be able to talk about my favorite books. I want to be able to enjoy reading together with other people. That's something that is really, I'm craving, and I just want to be able to share my love of books with people. That's pretty much it. So question number 4 is, why do you love reading? I definitely think that I have discovered now more than ever during the pandemic why I love reading. I think it really is allowing me to almost have some escapism. I love to travel, and obviously that's something that we can't do during this pandemic. It's allowed me to just like explore new places and new worlds and new characters, and I think it's just something that really like, it speaks to my core, you know what I'm saying? I really do enjoy like watching TV and movies and stuff, but I think reading feels more active for me, like productive in my brain, and I just feel like a lot more engaged with it. All right, number 5 is, what book or series got you into reading? Classic Harry Potter. I mean, that is an easy one for me. But I think when I was little, I read so much like random stuff when I was little, like Magic Treehouse. Also like the Spiderwick Chronicles, love that. Series of Unfortunate Events. I don't know, I read like all that stuff when I was little. Loved it. One of the authors that actually got me back into reading was Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read Daisy Jones and the Six. That was like the first book I read right when I started reading again, once I was like finally done with school, and it just like totally sucked me into the world. So number 6 is, what questions do you have for your favorite booktubers? I think the biggest question I have is, how do you balance this with a full-time job? I know that there are a lot of people who do have this as their full-time careers, but I'm not planning on doing that. I really do enjoy my career. I want to be able to read books, and then I want to be able to do this, and I want to be able to work, and I want to be able to have a social life. So how do I balance all of that? You know what I'm saying? Number 7, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think my hardest obstacle will be my anxiety. I think that's the reason that I've always like tried and failed this in the past, is I get like really nervous about what people will think of me, which I know it doesn't matter, but like I think that's going to be one of the hardest things, is to try and like continue with it despite me being nervous about things. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that I think will be difficult will be trying to balance this with a full-time job, like I mentioned before. I think this is something that I really, really want to do, but I will have to be diligent about planning and stuff like that to be able to keep this up. But yes, I think another challenge will be just being able to stay consistent with a full-time job. I know I am the type of person, I am a Gemini, I go through fits and spurts and get obsessed with things, and then I just fall off. So I just want to be able to like maintain consistency with this, and I think that's probably going to be my biggest challenge, to be honest with you. Number 8, when did you start reading? So I started reading when I was in my mother's womb. My mom read to me literally since day one. She was on it. I have been reading my entire life. I did, like when I was a little kid, all I would do in my summers is just sit in my hammock and read. That's it. That was like my whole summer. You know, obviously when you go to school, you don't want to read the books, and I didn't, and school took away from that. So like literally, I guess from the time that I was probably mid-high school to end of college, end of like grad school, I didn't read pretty much anything. Maybe I read like a few books here and there, but school had completely taken over my life. So that was a lull in my life. But then in 2019, after I had finished grad school, I picked up reading as a hobby again. So I have been consistently reading since 2019, like again, but I've been reading my whole life. Question number 9, where do you read? I read on my couch. I also read in my bed. I also read outside. Really will read pretty much anywhere. I think the most reading I get done is on my couch, because sometimes it's hard for me to like get in the groove, you know what I'm saying? But I literally will read anywhere, and I love it. I also, like if I have a break at work, I will read at work. I also put on audiobooks in the car, or like I incorporate reading into my everyday life, and that's why I want to share it with people. I'm not a fast reader, but I am committed to reading, that's for sure. And the last question, what kind of books do you like to read? My favorite genres are adult fantasy and then like literary fiction, like Sally Rooney, or I really like Taylor Jenkins Reid, but I'm not a huge historical fiction person. I just like books that like make you like think about your inner self, you know? Like fantasy allows me to transport myself, but I love literary fiction, like family sagas, or people who are really being introspective about themselves, or like people who have like had really tough times in their life, stuff like that. So I think those are my 2 main genres that I love, but I also like to read a good thriller now and again. I am not someone who likes romance. I've tried it and I don't like it. So if you're looking for romance content, you're gonna have to go elsewhere. All right, well, that concludes this book tag. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you got an introduction into who I am and why I started this channel. And if you would like to follow my journey here on Booktube, please subscribe. I would like to say a hello to all of my family out there who's watching, because I know you will. Please comment below if you have something to say. Say hi. I'm looking to make friends. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.